Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, you're going to be learning how to make this bubble skirt or balloon skirt. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So to begin, to make your balloon skirt, you'll be needing two fabrics. One will be for lining and the other will be the main fabric. In this case, I'll be using this green as the main fabric while the black is lining. The measurements you'll be needing for this balloon skirt is the skirt length, the lining length, and the waist circumference. So in this case, my skirt length is 18 or 17, and I added one, making it 18. That one is for sewing allowance, half each by each side. Then the lining 14, and the waist length. Mind you, the lining length is always shorter than the main skirt length, because just watching the video you see the reason why it has to be shorter. The lining has to be shorter. You can make your own 3 inches shorter, but in this case I made mine 4 inches shorter. When you finally turn in the fabric with your lining, the length of your skirt will now be 14 inches. So if you want your skirt to be long, you have to add to your measurements, because when you take it in with the lining, it's going to be shorter. What we'll be needing is the quarter of a circle. A quarter of a circle is what we're going to use to draft our balloon skirt lining, the inner lining. And to get that, you divide your waist by 1.5. My waist in this case is 35. Divided by 1.5, I got 23. So I got 23 when I divided my waist by 1.5. So this measurement is what we're going to use to draft our lining. Also went ahead to add 1 inch for zip allowance, making it 24 inches. You know, I made mention of our skirt length being 18. So here I have my 18 inches here, so I have to add to my measurement, because at the end of the day you see the reason why I joined it, because the balloon skirt is in gathers and you need a lot of fabrics to be able to make it full and bubbly as a balloon. So here I'm showing you the 18 inches length of my skirt. So here is my fabric, my lining I'll be using to make my quarter circle. So in this case I'll be making it using it to draft a quarter circle, and in this quarter circle you don't have to fold your fabric into two or whatsoever. So you just have to just leave it there plainly and take what you got from the result. You always divided by 1.5. Then what I got was 23. So from the edge of my fabric I've taken 23 all through. You're going to take it like this, as if you're going to make a flea. Just watch the way I'm doing it. From that point you will take 23 inches all through. I'm done. I'll just cut it out following the mark. I have marks on my fabric. So now from these points I have cut out, I'll be taking down my lining length. The lining length is 14 inches, so I'm going to mark that all through the same way I marked it in the beginning. So from that point I'll mark it all through. Then I'll now go ahead to cut it out. So here is what we have after cutting out. So you see how the flay is not so full, but it's a flay, it's little flay, a quarter circle flay. So this is what we have. This is the lining of our balloon skirt. This is the lining of our balloon skirt. So I want the lining, the waist length, I want to confirm that the waist is 35 inches. So I'll mark the waist part of the lining to ensure that it's 35 inches, and if it's more than that I'll cut it out to make sure that I have my accurate waist measurement. In order to get our balloon skirt, we're going to gather our lining, our main fabric, into our lining. So to get that and to make your balloon full enough. It depends on how full you want or how scanty you want. So for this tutorial, I'll be using my waist times 3. My waist times 3. If you want it fuller, you can make it times 4, and I got 108. So that's what I'm going to measure. You can even make it more than that. You can make your own 200 or whatsoever, so far it's full, or depending on what you want. So what I have is what I'll be gathering into my lining. This is just a straight fabric, mind you. The main fabric is just a straight fabric. The only thing you're going to cut is just your length. Measure out your length, then you now gather it to the down part of your lining. First you work on the down part before you work on the up on the waist area. So in order for you to be able to get your accurate gathering, so that your gathering will be evenly spread on your lining, on the down part of your lining, you have to measure what you have on that down part. You have to measure it. When you measure it, whatever you get, that is what you're going to use to gather. You gather your main fabric into it using your thread, needle and thread. So in this case, my down part was 66 inches. So when you are cutting your thread, you have to bring out your thread of 66 inches. Make sure that what you have on the thread is 66 inches, so that it will be easy for you to gather it into your lining. So that's what I'm doing right now. What I measured on the down part is 66 inches. So I'll have to gather 108 inches I measured into 66 inches. So with a thread, it will be easier for me to gather it into it. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm just trying to gather my main fabric into my thread, my 66 inches thread, which is also the same thing as my lining hem part. So that's the down part of my lining. So when I'm done, this is what it looks like. I've gathered it into the thread for it to be easy for me to gather it on my lining. So I'm just here to reconfirm that what I have is 66 inches, which is going to fit into the lining down part. So yeah, so it's accurate. If yours is not accurate, if it's not the same thing you have on the down, you can actually just loosen some parts of your gathers and put it on and just sew it on your lining. So I've just confirmed that my one is accurate, and it is now time to gather it into my lining. This is my lining. I'll be gathering. I'll be putting the part I gathered down, right side facing each other, right side facing the fabric. Make sure it's the right side that is facing your fabric, especially if you have it joining. So at this point, I've already sewn it to the down part of my lining. See how the way it looks. The gathers are evenly distributed. Make sure yours are like this, so that it will be fine. I know that some parts are more gathered than the rest. So I'll take the measurement on my waist. My waist measurement is 36, to make sure that my green line fabric, which is 108 inches, will be gathered into 36. To make it easier for me, I'm still going to go back to using my thread. I will cut a thread of 36 or 37, then gather my fabric into 36 inches, which is my waist circumference. So with my thread, I will do that to make my gathers evenly distributed. So in this part, I'm just measuring 36 on my thread, so I can gather the green fabric into 36 inches. So now I am done gathering my waist parts, the upper part of my main fabric. So the upper part of it is 36, I had to reconfirm the waist measurement on my lining is 36, so I have to gather the up parts of my lining to 36. So that's it. So I'm just reconfirming what I have gathered. Mind you, remember that the down part was larger, was 66 inches. So right now I'm going to turn it to the front. See the way I'm turning it? The inside, the sewing is now inside. Then I have to bring this green fabric to the waist area. Now you can see that our balloon skirt is already taking its form and its shape. So this is what it looks like. So I'll now go ahead to go and sew it on my machine, but before that I'll just use my pin to hold it in place, so to be easy for me to sew, since I'm working with gathers and it's just a thread that is holding it. So I'm just sewing through. Make sure you are really careful this part, because any mistake can ruin your whole work. So while you're also sewing, make sure that you are mindful of your lining, because while I was sewing it was kind of difficult, because the lining was really was really folding at the back. It was folding, so you have to just be careful to make sure that it's straight at the back. So yeah, sewing it, I had to close down the side with a thread. This part I just sew it down with a thread. This part will serve as our zipper area. See, I had to close it down with a straight line, just a straight line down with a thread. So here you can see that our balloon skirt is already forming. It's already forming. It's already forming so well. So now we are done with the balloon part. It's time for us to fix our skirt band. And to fix your skirt band, you take the measurement, that's the waist measurement, that's 36, for you to be able to cut out your skirt band. I'll be using a skirt band of 36 inches by length, and the width will be 5 inches. I've gone ahead to cut it out and also added gum tape to it for it to be firm. For stability. So this is, I'm going to sew it on my machine, then cover it up to make it neat at the end of the day. This is me fixing my band. So if you don't know how to fix a band, just watch the way I'm doing it in this video. So I'll sew to the front part just like this. Mind you, I'm sewing on 0.5 inch, that's half of an inch. So when I'm done on sewing on the other parts, I'll also bend it, cover it to make it neat with 0.5. also I'll turn it, or I'll bend it with 0.5 inches. After doing the band, the next thing is for you to cover up your zip area. Sew it together. The down part of your zipper area, you sew it down by ½ inch, or you can use 1 inch, but in this case I use ½ inch. That's ½ inch on each side, making it 1 inch. That's what we have. Here is what we have. So the next thing is for you to fix your zipper. You fix your zipper at the back area, the zipper area, and our balloon skirt is ready. Isn't it beautiful? Make sure you try this and also tag me when you sew yours, because this is just so fine. It's trending now and you can just use this tutorial to make one for yourself. This is the skirt on me. Isn't it so beautiful? Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and also share this to those that need it. Bye.